Before I go to halter my horse, I want to make sure that the halter and lead rope are organized. This ensures a safe and happy haltering experience. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lead rope around his neck. This gives me a way to help support him if he should become anxious or try to move away. It allows me to ask him to turn his head towards me, I can back him up, and I can help him find straightness and balance even before I put the halter on. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over and grab the halter, and then I'm going to gently ask him to turn his head towards me and find the halter with his nose. Once he finds the halter with his nose, I'm going to gently pull it up over his nose. I'm going to be really careful that I don't bump him in the face or poke him in the eye, because I want haltering to be a good experience for him, not only because I want to halter him, but also because we do a lot of things with a horse's face and their body. I'm going to want to bridle him, I'm going to want to worm him, maybe I have to handle him from mites, all kinds of things. So here he's a little tense and bracing against me, so I'm just waiting and asking him to relax his neck. Now I wouldn't do that with a horse that has a lot of anxiety around haltering. For a horse like that, I would just wait until I get the slightest try and then I would give them a release. So I wouldn't stay there very long. Here I'm careful that he doesn't step on the lead rope, so I'm always watching to make sure that I can ward off any accidents if possible. When I go to unhalter him, I'm going to ask him to tilt his head towards me. There we go. And then I'm going to gently back away. This is going to help him to walk towards me rather than turn around and kick up his heels. So now I have a horse that is willing to come towards me, and then I'm going to pet him in a way that encourages straightness and balance and doesn't encourage pushing or biting. Here I'm going to demonstrate what I see a lot of people do, and I think this is the most detrimental way to halter a horse, and this is why I put a big X on it. So when you go to halter a horse this way, there's no way to support him, and you're going from the front of him, so this causes the horse to either back up or throw their head up in the air. The next thing I'm going to show is the flip. A lot of people will flip the top piece of the halter over, and this can hit the horse in the eye, it can hit them in the neck, and it just doesn't give you any way to control your equipment. There, he's nice and relaxed, so I'm just going to give him a minute to yawn. Okay, so when I halter this way, this is what I see a lot of people do. Is it's kind of right, but kind of not, and again, you see the flip. So one of my students calls it being a flipper. So don't be a flipper, because you have no control over how hard it's going to hit or where it's going to hit. So be careful on how you handle your equipment. And here are just a couple things that I thought I would outline, because a lot of people forget them. So some important steps that are often overlooked.